Okay, everybody, we are going to learn this countif function today. It's one of my absolute favorite functions in Excel, and what it allows you to do is it allows you to look at a huge data set like the one you've got in front of you right now, which is, I mean, it's massive to see how many things are there, thousands and thousands, and allows you to have Excel look through it and find how many of something there is. So, for example, we're just going to look at an example here. Um, so here's the syntax of it. You type equals count if. So that's the name of the function, count if, COUNTIF, then a left parentheses. Then what you do is you select the range in which you want it to look for something. So for example, the range I want it to look is in column G. And it's column G, it goes from like G4 down to G something or other. So I'm actually going to show you another cool trick. Let's learn how to look at an entire column. If you type count if and then left parens G:, that will look at the entire column G. Everything. You don't have to start it and stop it at cell 4 and stop down at cell 2000. It'll just look entirely in column G. As long as you know that's everything you want is in that column and there's nothing else in that column besides what you want. And that's the way this spreadsheet is set up. So we're solid. And then you hit a comma and you tell it what you want it to look for. So what I'll do is I'll just say, I'm just going to pick a number amount that I see over there. I happen to look down here and see that in whatever date this was, June 30th, Monterey got a 500, whatever, UCLA got a $550 gift. So I'm going to tell it to look for the number 550. And let's see how many $550 gifts are in this list. I'm going to press enter. And as it turns out, there's only the one. There's just that one. So if you were to scroll down through all this list, that would be the only $550 gift you would find. Okay, so I just happened as I was scrolling to see that there's actually a $1 gift to the University of Notre Dame from somebody in England. So you know what we're going to do? Let's go back and same column and check one. See how many $1 gifts we're getting. There are 10 of them. There are 10 of them. And if you really want to get goofy, you can use this to sort it, smallest to largest, and then all the $1 gifts will show up right there. There they are right there. So anyway, it doesn't really matter. The sorting is irrelevant because that's just going to make it tedious. That goes against what I'm trying to teach you here. Now, in order to do the next few things that I want you to be able to do, we're going to look for gifts that are at least $250,000. So just so you know, you could search for $250,000. So I did see one or two of those. And if you press enter, it comes up with 46. So there are actually 46 $250,000 gifts in this list. And you can scroll down and probably find it if you wanted to. I don't want to find them. You probably don't either right now. But what we really want to do is find the ones that are $250,000 or more. And the syntax on this is a little bit tricky. I actually had to Google it because I always forget. If you want to go more than or equal to 250, click in there, type quotes, then a greater than sign, then an equals sign, and then close the quotes off past the 250,000. And then when you press enter, it'll actually tell you all the gifts that are $250,000 or more. So you can see there's a whole heck of a lot of gifts that are $250,000 or more. There's a few of them right there. Wow, there's a $100 million gift to Cornell from Qatar. Whoa, totally cool. One last thing to think about. This is enough to get you loose on the next couple questions. I'm going to teach you also, you can check for text. Not just numbers. You can also count how many, like for example, Qatar. Suppose I wanted to look how many times Qatar gave gifts to schools in America. Okay, so I would erase all of this and I would check column I. So I would go I:, because that's where the countries are. And then I hit a comma and then I would just type quotes, QATAR, close quotes. So quotes just like you did for the greater than or equals to. You also have to make sure that the capital or lowercase matches. So I'm going to press enter here, and it looks like Qatar gave 17 gifts, and I guess we can probably take a look at that if we're interested in seeing just Cutter's gifts. I don't know how to do this actually. Oh, here we go. If I do that and then I just click Cutter, we can see those 17. I've never actually done this before. You're watching Sean learn right now. All right, and there they are. Wow, that's actually really cool. It only shows the 17 Cutter gifts. That's pretty rad. Anyway, the point of this was to show you countif. It's one of my faves. I hope this makes sense, and I hope it enables you to have a good time with these couple questions. And we'll see you in class.